Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Public Health Topics, the channel that focuses on health issues of today. Today's topic, obesity. Obesity is a very prevalent and dangerous disease, as many of you may already know, but what you may not know is its full extent. But before we get into the video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. If you learn something new, every little bit helps. All right, let's get into it. So whether you are a public health professional like myself or just someone looking to lead a better lifestyle, anyone can benefit from more knowledge of what obesity is and the dangers that come along with it. Now, one thing that's important to keep in mind is that obesity is no one's fault and it's absolutely treatable. It is something you can get help for and it can improve your life drastically. Usually doctors diagnose obesity with a BMI chart. So like the one we see here, a 5'5" individual who is 190 pounds is going to fall in that obese category. And there are lots of BMI calculators on there so that you can get your reading today. So let's go over some facts about obesity. Each one of these charts displays some pretty incredible data. In this first chart, we see the absolute takeover of obesity in the recent years. From 1960 to 2014, for men, it increased from 10% of men being considered obese to almost 40%, whereas for women, it went from 15% to over 40%, as just an absolute drastic change. This middle chart shows us that only 25% of men and only 33% of women are actually considered a healthy weight. The rest are considered overweight or obese. Now, this last chart displays some predictions for how much healthcare spending will be contributed to obesity in the upcoming years. As we can see, this is 2020 to 2050. Right now, in 2008, the estimated annual medical care cost of obesity was $147 billion. Now, from 2020 to 2050, this is expected to increase to $644 billion. So the reason that these numbers are so disturbing is because obesity can lead to a bunch of serious health problems. This includes diabetes, stroke, heart disease, and cancer, all of which are leading causes of death in the United States. Severe obesity can actually shorten life expectancy for up to 14 years. And not only that, obesity is associated with over 100,000 premature deaths every year. So when it comes to obesity in America, there are several main contributing factors to these insanely high numbers. The main ones include most adults not meeting the weekly recommended activity level and not eating enough vegetables or fruit. As we can see in this graph on the right, it's kind of like a cycle that people get stuck in. So they start off as a healthy child and they might live a sedentary lifestyle depending on what their parents get them involved in. That child becomes mildly obese, so it inhibits some movement. They get more obese, exercising and sports become uncomfortable and painful, and then they become an obese adult. All right. So I know a lot of the topics that we talked about today can seem kind of scary, but the good news is that research shows that just losing a little bit of weight can help reduce your risk of several major complications. The best way to start losing weight is to just eat less. Specifically, eating a deficit of 500 calories a day leads to 1 pound a week. You keep losing weight, you'll probably experience fewer joint and muscle pains, regulate your blood pressure, reduce the burden on your heart and circulatory system, and even sleep better. Now, I put this picture here because this is not going to be a fast process. That's why the fast is in quotations. You didn't put it on the weight overnight, and you're not going to lose it overweight. This is going to take some time. All right, let's talk about some of the benefits of healthy eating. So vegetables are naturally lower in fat and calories, and none of them have cholesterol. This is going to help someone who is trying to lower their calorie count since vegetables are lower in calories per cup compared to some higher calorie foods. They are also sources of many nutrients like potassium, dietary fiber, folate, vitamin A, and vitamin C, all of which contribute to a better health outcome. For example, potassium helps to maintain a healthy blood pressure, and dietary fiber is a slow digesting carbohydrate, which is going to keep you full for longer. So because of these health advantages, vegetables and fruits are known to contribute to a reduced risk for heart disease and some cancers. So as we can see on this label here, this is one of the foods that you might want to avoid most of the time. It's got it's got high fats, high sugars, low protein, and low fiber. And it's got a grocery list of ingredients that many of you may not recognize, which is something you want to avoid. So what is the takeaway from this documentary? Well, that depends on who you are. If you're watching this video because you're someone who needs to lose a little bit of weight, then just get help. Whether it's from a friend, a nutritionist, your doctor. Obesity is absolutely a treatable disease that can be changed and can improve your life. If you're a health communicator or a public health professional, spread the word. Not many people know the full extent to the dangers of obesity. A lot of people know it's bad for you, but they do not know that it can cause cancer. It reduces your life expectancy by 14 years. All those things can really change people's perspective on it. All right, that's going to be the end of this video. Thanks for tuning in. As always, if you liked it, drop a like.